Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. How are you today? It is Monday. Can you believe it's January 20th? Wow. We've got bitter cold temperatures here today. It's been cold all weekend, and today is no different. It's a great day to stay inside. It truly is. It's a great day to stay inside and to craft. And today I'm kicking off a brand new week of wonderful projects with you. I am super excited about this bundle. It was one of the first things I put in my cart when I could pre-order. As a demonstrator, I get an opportunity. We all get an opportunity as demonstrators to order. We actually get to order a whole month early usually, but in the fall, we could order as of November 19th. So I was able to get a lot of the fun products early so I could start to play and prepare to share these things with you. Oh yes, look at this. Barbara says minus 32. In Winnipeg, we are in a deep freeze out here in the western provinces, and I think it's heading east, unfortunately, and also south. It's a big polar vortex over us all. So stay warm, stay inside if you can, and do some crafting, right? Make some cards, make some scrapbook pages. It's a perfect time. Hi, Leanne. Hello, Betty. Hello, Rebecca. Good morning, Lori. Hi, Janet. Darn cold. Yes, it sure is. Hello, Annika. Greetings from the Netherlands. I hope it's warmer over there. Hello, Michelin from, even cold in Florida. Look at that. Look at that, guys. It's cold everywhere. Hi, Renee. Good morning. Hello, Debbie Gass from Chile. Oops, my screen just turned there for a second. It's cold everywhere. Debbie Gass says, Chile, Illinois, 3 degrees now. Yes, it's super cold here. Alrighty, how was your weekend? I had a super great weekend. Yesterday I had the privilege of joining one of my team leaders. She invited me to come and talk to the team about celebration. So I got to visit my team, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. My team member, who is also a leader of her own team, Denise Cox. I got to attend her meeting and talk to the ladies, and it was super fun. I love chatting with new demonstrators. Well, some of them are new, but they've been on the team for a while, and we just got a chance to connect, and that was the highlight of my day yesterday for sure. What else did I do? I did some design work this weekend. I did some tidying up, decluttering. Oh my goodness, January is definitely for me a month to declutter and get rid of things that I don't use anymore. So I'm trying to get my family on board to be like, okay, we got to declutter this house. And they're doing their part. They're doing their part. So it was a good weekend. It was productive. Hello, Tony. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for being here. It's so nice to see you all here. Yeah, you guys, I think it's cold everywhere. Sunny and cold in Cardston, Linda. Yes, for sure. Oh boy. Hello, Marie. Minus 20 at this time, but with the wind chill, minus 32, announcing minus 35 without the wind. Oh my gosh. Very, very cold temperatures. All right, let's do something to keep ourselves warm. Keep moving our hands. I have a brand new bundle this week that coordinates with a celebration product. It's always fun when they bring in celebration products that you can use with your catalog products, right? So you can make a purchase and then get this item for free. And who doesn't love free, right? We all love free. It is also Monday, which I love to join you with the Global Design Project Challenge. And I have to apologize. I just realized 5 seconds before the video went live, I went to check my blog, and I didn't hit publish on my blog post for the Fun Fold Friday. So I am so sorry. I took it all the way to the end and I didn't hit the final publish button. So I will do that as soon as the video is over. In case you're wondering where that tutorial is, where that project sheet is, and where the video replay, it's all on my blog at rosecoleman.com. Alrighty, let's flip the camera. Let's do this card. And let me just make some room on my desk. I've got so much stuff here. Alrighty, here we go. Good morning, Michelle. Hello, Joyce. Thank you all for being here. Okay, here we go. We're going to flip the camera and point you down at my work surface. Here we go. Alrighty, so there's my work surface. It's January 20th. We have a brand new host code for this week. So if you like what you're seeing this week, all of the cards can be card kits if you live in Canada. They are free with a minimum $60 purchase before shipping and tax when you use the code. Okay, so that tells me that you want my card packages. If your order exceeds $200, please don't use the host code. Go ahead and choose your own hostess products. Okay, so those hostess codes that I'm talking about, those Stampin' Rewards, are yours. Okay, so you go ahead and choose your free things. You're still going to qualify. When you choose me as your demonstrator, you will still qualify for my 5 free card kits. Okay, all right. We are going to play with Global Design Project Challenge. We are up to hashtag GDP480, and today we are casing the designer Emma Goddard. Love, love, love Emma. She is such an amazing artist. I got to spend time with her and her wonderful son. They were both in Mexico when we were there, my husband and I, in May for the cracking up with his wit. So shout out to Emma. Emma is an amazing artist, and this is her card. I'll hold it a little closer so you can see it. So this is the inspiration. So Emma Goddard's card. Now Emma, I love her card. I love what she did here with the background she did. I'll hold it close so you can see. It looks like she did some white embossing and then she did some watercoloring over top. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful resist technique. And she chose some blues, pretty blues and pinks and yellows. So when you look at Emma's card, you can be inspired by all kinds of different concepts, right? The colors, the layout, the stamps that she used, anything that you want, right? Anything goes. So we're going to use this as a springboard for creativity today. And I'm going to bring in my bundle of the week is going to be Terrific Toadstools. Oh my goodness. Terrific Toadstools is 10% off, $53 in Canada. The item code is 164790. That will qualify you to get the photopolymer stamp set as well as the Terrific Toadstool Builder Punch, okay? So if I flip it over, that's the item code for just the punch. The item code here on my stamp set is for the bundle, okay? And you're going to want the bundle because there's nothing better than having a stamp set and a punch that coordinates with it. So we're going to play with this one. The matching, coordinating, well, let me just show you where it is in the catalog. It's in the catalog on page 53, Terrific Toadstool Bundle. And there you can see that code down there, 164790 at the bottom. Please make sure you use the code to save 10%. I've had some people place orders and they put in the 2 separate codes over here, the stamp set and the punch, and then you don't save 10% when you do that, right? So make sure you go to the picture here, and at the bottom, this peach bar, that shows the 10% off. You'll see the little 10% symbol, so that'll give you 10% off the bundle. Alrighty, so we're going to play with this one, and we're going to bring in the matching coordinating celebration paper. So the celebration brochure, it has so many things that you can choose for free. Stampin' Up's celebration is the greatest time of the Stampin' Up year, and they have introduced here a package of 6x6 designer series paper. There's 48 sheets, 6 designs. You get 8 of each design, and we're going to play with that because it coordinates perfectly, right? It's called Toadstool Gardens 6x6 paper. This, as soon as I saw this, my heart started to sing because I love Melon Mambo, right? I love Melon Mambo and Black particularly together, but Melon Mambo speaks to my heart. I love it so much. And they've got some sample cards there. Beautiful, beautiful paper. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm on, I think, my 2nd package of this paper because I have been loving it ever since I got it. So let me show you what the patterns look like. We'll move all my scrap pieces off to the side. We have a pattern here with the toadstools and the beautiful wildflowers in the background. The flip side has some greenery. It looks like we have, I see Old Olive there, Granny Apple Green. What do we have? We have Granny Apple Green. Oh, they don't say Old Olive. Just the only green they're saying is Granny Apple. So that's on the flip side of that one. I do like on Mondays to take some time to show you the paper in detail so you can get a real good look at it. Check out this pattern. I love it. We've got some fresh freesia in the background. We've got Mellow Mambo. I see pumpkin pie here. Beautiful, beautiful colors. And let me just, yeah, pumpkin pie is right. And then when we flip that over, we've got a gorgeous fresh freesia stripes. I'll lay that down here. Then we've got the next pattern. As I mentioned, there's 6 patterns and you get 8 sheets. And I really love that they've done this. You get 8 sheets because you're going to have a lot to play with, right? With 8 sheets, you're going to be able to make multiple cards, scrapbook pages, all of it. So there we have the snails in amongst the flowers again, and those cute little ladybugs are in there as well. And the flip side of that one has a gorgeous Mellow Mambo pattern. Alrighty, so there's 3. Now let's check out the 4th pattern. Now you've seen me use this. We used this last week on a card. This is like the waves. I used it with the otters last week when I was showcasing a card. And it has all the feature colors, Granny Apple Green, Fresh Freesia, Mellow Mambo. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, we've also got Poppy Parade in this package as well. So in case you're seeing that, your eyes aren't playing tricks on you. We have Poppy Parade going on here as well. And then we have, check out this pattern here. It's like an ombre. We've got Mellow Mambo, Fresh Freesia, and then it blends down into Granny Apple Green. Isn't that fun? I love this paper. It sings to me. Hi, Karen. 12 degrees for you, Karen. Wow, enjoy the balmy weather. That's in Newfoundland. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, my dad says they've been getting lots of rain where he is. All right, I'm just checking your comments here to see if you have anything to say about this paper. The flip side of this one has a gray, and I'm just looking at the packaging. It doesn't say what kind of gray, but it kind of looks like gray granite a little bit. So that's on the flip side of that one. So let's lay that down. You can see when I'm flipping them over here on the left side of the screen, you can see how these are not toadstool patterns, right? You can use these for anything you want, right? So we're up to 4. Our 5th pattern is, we've got stripes and really gorgeous, gorgeous, vibrant colors. We've got them all featured here. Pumpkin pie, Mellow Mambo, Fresh Freesia, and Granny Apple Green. And the flip side of that one has these tiny little polka dots. I love it. It kind of looks like little candy, little gumball candies or something. So there's that one. And then our number 6 pattern is this one here. Wait a second. Whoop. No. Wait a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I've already shown you 6. This is the one from the front. It's Monday. All right. So there's the 6 patterns from the back, right? These are our neutral. I'm calling these like neutral in quotations, patterns. And then when you flip them over, it's so bright and cheerful. I agree, Lois. When you flip them over, then you can see the toadstool patterns coming through, right? So really, really great paper. If you've already got yourself a package, you have time to get more of this paper. I know I love it, and I'm going to have to order multiple packs. So, because it is definitely a win-win. The other thing that Stampin' Up! Has done is they've coordinated another celebration item. This is the Fresh Freesia seam binding ribbon. So you see how they're so smart, right? Because now we need the ribbon to coordinate with this paper. And they didn't stop there. They were on fire when they were designing. We have sequins, gorgeous, gorgeous sequins. That SAB means celebration. You can also choose celebration, freebie. Now this isn't the full pack. I've been using this up, but we have Mellow Mambo, Fresh Freesia. We've got our lighter color here. I didn't write it down on here, but it's called purple adhesive back sequence, but it's a lighter pinky color. And then we've got white over here, and the white, you can color that with your blends too. So if you wanted to change the color of your sequins, these are adhesive back sequence. So they've already got the sticky on the back. So you're good to go. All right. So let's pull in. We're going to play with this pattern today. Okay, so I was inspired by Emma's card. I love what she did with the background of her card. And I had thought about actually doing some white embossing, but then I was like, no, I really want to play with the paper. So we're going to play with this designer series paper, this pattern right here. And what I'm going to do is bring in, I love how Emma put her card on a white card base. Can you see that? She made her card on a white card base. So I'm doing the same. And I have a thick basic white piece here. And I've cut it at 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score it in the middle at 4.25. We're going to burnish that with my bone folder here. Okay, so there's our card base. Now we have to cut down this paper. And I did my sample originally where I just cut, I need a piece that measures 4 by 5.25. And my original sample, I just made a 2-inch cut. But then I looked at it and I'm like, wait a second, what if I did 1 inch off each side? It would be more balanced. Okay, so we're gonna take 1 inch off this side and 1 inch off this side, like that. And then to get to 5.25, we're gonna do, let's stop and think. So from 6 to 5.25, that's 3/4 of an inch. Well, we're just gonna go, what's half of 3/4 of an inch? I don't even think I have an increment for that. So let's just do a little bit of, let's do half. If I do half, yeah. If I do half at the top, math. And then line it up at 5.25. Okay, so we're just gonna do it that way. We just needed 3/4 of an inch, but I really wanted to balance the corners like that, right? So we've got like a nice chunk of melon mambo up here, and then we're blending down into the granny apple green down in this corner. So that's gonna be my card front. So we're mimicking her card, Emma's card, to have a beautiful background, and I thought the paper just would be the good choice for that. The other thing that I noticed when I was zooming in on Emma's card is she's got some ribbon. So you bet we're going to use the ribbon. And she's also got a piece of designer series paper. Can you see that? Let me grab my take your pick tool and point it out to you. She's got some like a little bit of DSP right there and a little bit right there. And I thought, oh, clever, Emma, clever, clever. So I'm going to bring in a piece of my scrap paper, and this will be in your kit. You're going to get all of this from me. I'm going to use this bright piece of paper with the waves, and we're going to cut a 1/4 inch strip. Okay, so just a 1/4 inch because she didn't use much, just a little pop of color. And we're going to use that on the card. Okay, so then I was like, I love how she had a focal image right here. So for that one, I looked through my supplies and I'm like, what should I use? What should I use? And I decided to use, now this came from, let me just, I think I put it back on my wall. Let me find it for you. Sentimental, yes. It came from Sentimental Park. So Sentimental Park is still in the catalog. If you go to the bundles section, you can see, let me just show you this. Sentimental Park is an amazing photopolymer stamp set with all of these words. It's still in the catalog. It's still current. So you haven't missed out, but the dies are out of this world. Let me show you. Oh my goodness, the dies, and I've got all my little pieces in here that I've held on to, and I even have a little mask that I made. When I was doing this cluster, I made this mask where you just move the mask around. That's another video. But your dies over here, the set of 18 dies, I thought this shape would be really, really good. So I'm going to cut this for you and send to you so you can do your card like mine. But I just wanted to have something very similar to what Emma did. So she used more of a square or more of a rectangle. I'm going to use this hexagon. This is a hexagon. It's 6 sides, right? Okay, so we're going to use that one. Here's a couple of samples that came from the Sentimental, what is it called? Right name. Sentimental Park dies. Love these dies. They are so beautiful. You know, that die that I'm using here is actually designed to tuck into this other die, like this one that I'm showing you, the petal pink. It actually has these cuts where you can actually fold this white one down into it. I forgot about these until I pulled them off my wall yesterday. I was like, oh, I gotta use these. So then this was a card that we made in our technique club, and our technique that month was to feature masking. So we did some different masking techniques here on these cards. So anyway, that's what that is in case you're curious. So I used that die. I've already got it cut out here. So we're gonna do some stamping on here. I'm also going to bring in some scrap paper because, of course, we have to stamp the toadstools, right? They're terrific toadstools. And the ones that coordinate with the punch are the big oval one and then this one down here. I don't know why, whenever I look at this stamp set, I think of the Smurfs. I loved the Smurfs when I was growing up, when they were on TV, and this one in particular reminds me of the Smurfs. Gargamel, Azrael, you guys know, right? All of those programs. Okay, let's grab another block here and get this one on. And if you're new and you're probably wondering, why are your stamps pink? Well, that's what happens when you stamp on anything with a red dye or red color in it. It's not ruined, it's just stained. They just stain. That's the natural process of what happens. So that's why, because I've already stamped with these. I know I'm going to need this one as well. So I'm going to grab that one. It says, "You are magical." And my feature greeting is going to be popping up to say hi, right? Like this is, I love this stamp set because it's the perfect one to be able to just send a card, a just because card, right? You're popping in to say hi. You are magical. Just to bring, you know, a smile to someone's face, right? Okay, so we're gonna stamp on let's just stamp this piece first and get that going. We're gonna stamp with Melon Mambo. We're gonna say just popping up to say hi. All right, so here we go. We're stamping with Melon Mambo. We're gonna stamp in the center of this die cut. Popping up to say hi, there we go. We'll move that off to the side, and then while I have my ink pads out, I'm going to bring in some scrap paper. And my tip here is to use a narrow piece of scrap paper. So I'm going through my scrap bin. I want to make sure that, well, that's a tight squeeze. That's a little bit too narrow. These ones here are probably better. Let's see if they'll work. So what you want to do is you want to take a look at your punch. We're going to stamp on this white cardstock, and I'm going to slide this into the punch, right? So I'm going to slide to punch this one out, and then I'm also going to slide it in to punch this one out up here. So let's go ahead and stamp those. So I'm going to need 2 Melon Mambo and 1 of the Fresh Freesia. So let's do the Fresh Freesia one first. And I'm actually going to stamp it. It kind of looks like I'm doing it upside down, and I am on purpose. I'm going to stamp that upside down like this, and then I'm going to clean my stamp. And I think I forgot to rinse my chamois today, so let's see how this, actually I rinsed it yesterday, so it's still fine. Okay, so I'm changing the color, so I'm cleaning my stamp. I'm going to go in now, and I'm going to stamp again, this time with Melon Mambo, and yeah, I'm wearing a white sweater. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully I won't have any accidents today. And I'll move all the ink pads off to the side. So I've got my 2 toadstool tops, and then I have my other toadstool top. Now this one as well will go into, I'm going to stamp it upside down because that's the way it's going to go into the punch. Okay, so we're stamping straight down and straight up. All right, so there we have our stamping done for now. And so we're going to bring this in, and we're going to slide this into the punch. I'm coming in from the side. If you're not familiar with our punches, when you buy them, they have this button on the back, and you just close the punch, push the button, and now it's this nice sleek design that can be stacked on top of one another. They can be stacked on a shelf sideways. I actually keep mine on a towel rod that's been mounted to the wall from IKEA. So I actually open mine to the open position, and then if this was the top, my finger was the towel rod, it sits like this. It just sits against the towel, on the towel rod like that. So that's from the kitchen section. So the open position, we want to have that open so that we can now slide the cardstock in. And then you can just position it into the opening. And I love that they've made this punch so there's no, you don't have to worry. You don't have to be really particular because you are going to not have any white edges. I love, love, love this feature. So here I am lining it up. When I'm happy with the position, I go ahead and punch it out. So you can see from what's left over, I have a little bit of leftover Melon Mambo ink, and that's totally fine, but I have a cute little toadstool. Okay. Now we're going to bring in this one, and we're going to come in from the side of the punch again. We're going to line that up with the bottom toadstool top, and we're going to punch. There's one, slide it over, and line it up, and we'll punch out the other one. All right, so there we've got our other ones. See, you can see you've got that edge, right? So you don't have to worry, and we have a nice complete punch. Okay, so for the toadstool stems, we're gonna bring in the punch again, and that's this one right here. Now you could stamp and punch it out, but I thought I would just use cardstock. If I bring back the stamp set, there is this one right here that you could stamp and do the same thing, line it up. But I'm keeping it simple, and I'm just bringing in a scrap piece of Granny Apple Green, and this is actually too wide for my liking. So what I'm gonna do is grab my snips, and I'm gonna snip this even skinnier. Half of this would be plenty. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't wanna have, I'm trying to cut down on the extra cardstock that I have to clean up off my floor, right? So if you choose the appropriate size cardstock to put into your punch, you will have minimal excess. See that? So now I'm not gonna have all the residual punches from the top ones. I've just got a skinny enough piece that I can put in here and just get one of the toadstool stems, and then I'll extend it out and I'll do another one. You will get some, like I did get one little chunk there, but that's minimal, right? All right, so then we're gonna bring this back in, flip it around, and get another one. So I will send you a piece of scrap Granny Apple Green, and you can do your own punching until your heart's content. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in our liquid glue, and we're gonna attach a little bit of liquid glue to the ends of these little stems, stalks, I guess they're probably called. And we're gonna just place them right here like that. Okay, so one there, and I love the bright colors. It is such a happy product suite. I just think it's gorgeous what Stampin' Up! Has done with this one. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna add a little bit to the back of this one, and then we're gonna stick that right on here like that. Okay, and I didn't even use my silicone mat. Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? There's my silicone mat. Okay, so we're gonna just do this. We're gonna grab my take your pick tool. Let's move these off of my glass mat over to the silicone mat where they're gonna be safe to let that sit, let it marinate for a little bit, as my friend Christine says. And now I've got glue on my glass mat, so I'm gonna grab a baby wipe, wipe that up, and we'll move on to the rest of the card. Okay, so with Emma's card, she did do the ribbon detail, right? And I loved what she did there. So we're gonna bring that card back, and we're gonna bring back our front panel here, and we're gonna play around with that and make it like Emma's because she did such a great job. I'm gonna use tear and tape when I can find the end here. We're gonna add some tear and tape to the back of this panel. So flip it over, and I'm gonna add a big piece on this side and a big piece over here. And I'm gone off the edge, but that's totally okay because we're gonna burnish and we're gonna peel that up. So I'm just gonna burnish with my fingers, gonna grab my take your pick tool and peel that one and peel this one. And if there's any excess off the edge, you can just fold it back, okay? So you can fold that back. But now we've got that sticky part, right, that we are gonna be able to use to put our ribbon on. And Emma she also had some silver. I don't know if you can see that, but if you look at it on the computer, you can zoom in and see, but there's a little bit of silver on there. So I was like, I loved Emma's card so much. So I'm gonna use a 4-inch piece. So let me cut a 4-inch piece. This will be in your kit. So you'll get a little sampling of this. And so with your 4-inch piece, we're gonna actually cut it in half, and we're gonna use two 2-inch pieces. Okay, so you wanna cut your 4-inch piece in half like that. And then also for the silver, we're gonna grab, this is from the annual catalog. Okay, so this is called the Gold and Silver Trim Combo Pack. So we're gonna use 4 inches of the silver, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make, it's all about the layering, right? Even with the ribbon. Okay, so we've got 4 inches, and we're gonna do the same, cut it in half, so you've got 2 inches. This makes your ribbon go a lot further too when you do this. And we also have, what else do we have? We have that little skinny layer of designer series paper, right? Remember that Emma used? So first thing I'm gonna do, let's put the DSP down first. So I'm going to take the DSP and I'm just going to angle it across the back of the card of this panel, like so. There we go, like that. Okay, we'll leave that like that. I'm going to trim it, but I'll leave it like that for now. Then I'm going to take the silver piece, and on one side, I'm just going to do a loop. So I'm just going to do a loop like that. Okay, let's see how it looks. You can always pick it up and see how it looks from the front. Make sure you've got it angled and sitting the way you want it. So I'm going to turn mine around a little bit to make it look more loopy. And then this one, I'm going to actually take it and fold it into a V and make it look like ends. So I'm giving the illusion that I've actually used a big ginormous piece of ribbon, but I didn't, right? Because no one's going to see the ribbon at the back of the cardstock. So you might as well just go with it, right? And I still got the silver how I wanted it, kind of. Let's this is the beauty of using the tear and tape too, by the way, is that you can fix it and change it. Okay, so I got a little silver popping out there, a little silver there. We're going to do the same thing with the fresh freesia ribbon. So I'm going to make a loop right here. Now you may need to bring in a little bit more. There we go. We've got our loop. A little bit more of your tear and tape to secure everything down, right? A little tear and tape sandwich. Now this one, we'll fold it into a V. So we have a V on one side and we have loops on the other side. Okay, so this is going to go like so. Press that down. Now it doesn't look like much from the back, but when you flip it over, there's how it looks. And you can lay it on your silicone mat. The silicone mat is your friend because you can lift it up, move it around. The silicone mat doesn't care if you have glue on things, right? You can just move it around. Okay, so I'm going to I like how that looks. So I'm just going to add a little piece of tear and tape to the back and secure down those pieces. Okay, so burnish and then peel. There we go. And we got another piece on this side. And it's all about the layering, as I mentioned, right? So there we go. We're done with the tear and tape. And I'm going to pick this up one more time and make sure I don't have any glue from that tear and tape sticking out. And then at this point, you can grab, I got a nice new pair of snips that I want to keep really nice and sharp. So I'm going to bring those in and snip this end of the seam binding like that and like that. So now we've got a nice crisp edge there. Do the same with the silver, just some little final touches. You can do this once your card is put together too, but I'm just going to show you here what I'm doing. Maybe I'll do an angle this way, and then let's see if I can do this. I'm going to grab my other scissors and I'm going to snip the paper and paper. There we go. So we've got paper, we've got silver trim, we've got the fresh freesia trim. Oh, seam binding, so beautiful. Okay, so now this is going to go on my card with dimensionals. So let's bring in some dimensionals. We'll put one on each corner and one in the middle to make sure it's popped up properly. We don't have any saggy bits in the middle. Okay, so one more. Nope, one more. Dimensionals, love them, could not live without them. I think I add a pack of dimensionals to every single order because I have a fear of missing out and running out, right? What would that be? Instead of FOMO, it would be FORO, right? Fear of running out. If you have a FORO, then you know what I mean, right? You don't want to run out of dimensionals. You don't want to run out of tear and tape. Stock up on that stuff. Okay, let's put this together. All right, we're bringing back our card base and our card front, all the fun colors here today. Okay, so the card base is going to go down with some liquid glue, just a little bit. You don't want that rippling through as it dries, so you just want to use a tiny amount of glue. We'll put this down. You know, I chose this pattern, but honestly, from the Toadstool Garden Designer Series paper, you could probably use any of those patterns that I showed you at the beginning of the video. They would all work, right? I think they're all fantastic. Okay, let's pick this piece up, make sure everything's good. We're going to put that in the center just like Emma did. Oh, Love it. Then now we get to do the fun parts, right? Well, not that this all wasn't fun, but we're going to take these toadstools and we're going to arrange them around the cart. So my big one is going to go in the back. So I'm going to actually put that down with some glue, some liquid glue. So let's put our Melon Mambo one up here like this. I'm going to slide it down, the stem down like that. So there's one. Now this one we're going to put down here, and I'm going to put liquid glue because this is already popped up and I don't want to make it any extra thick. So I'm going to use a little liquid glue. Then I'm going to bring in, look at my pitiful piece of tiny dimensionals, but you know what, they work, right? So I'm just using up this package here, and I'm going to put a little mini dimensional on the end of the toadstool stalk like that, and we're going to put this one right here, and I don't want to cover up that DSP, but I'll have it poke out a little bit. There we go. So there's one, and last but not least, we're going to bring in our Fresh Freesia one. And it looks like I'm going to have to put a dimensional behind the top of the toadstool and then liquid glue on the stalk. So let's just, it helps to place it first and then do your gluing, right? Because then you can size up. Do I need glue or do I need a dimensional? It depends on where you're putting things. So we're going to use a dimensional on the top. And then we'll come in here and we'll put this one right there. Oh my goodness, what do you think? Isn't it pretty? I love it. I love it. Okay, so for the sequins, we're going to add some sequins to the front now. And I'm going to grab, now in your kit, you're going to get 3 colors, and it can be any of the colors because I only have a limited supply of the free stuff, right? But I'm going to send you 3 colors. So you'll either get purple, pink, Melon Mambo, or the white. So here we go. We're going to grab, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab the white for my card, and I'm going to show you something. We're going to put the white one here, and then a couple of small ones up here. And then we're going to put the other one there. And you can, remember I was telling you how you could color them if you wanted to make them match. You could leave them white, but if you wanted to, you could use, let's do this. I'm going to grab my Granny Apple Green blend and show you how you can color these. These can be colored. Look at that. And they dry, because these are alcohol markers, it will dry right away, right? As soon as you're done, the air gets at it, the alcohol will dry. And then you can make your own custom. So when you get these, you can actually, it's going to be a bigger package. There's going to be 200, and this is not a good example because I've used a lot, but you get 200 of them. But that's how you can make your own sequence, whatever color you want. All right, for the inside of the card, we're going to stamp the greeting that says, you're magical. You are magical. I mean, if you're popping in to say hi to somebody, you must think they're pretty special, right? So you can say that. You are magical. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap on my Melon Mambo, and we're going to stamp. Make sure you stamp it right side up. You are magical. Oh, I love it. I love it, love, love. Okay. This stamp set has a lot of really cool images. Look at the ladybug. Look at the greenery, the ground. We got all of that stuff. Let's grab this triple stem here. Okay, so we're going to grab the triple stem, get that on a block, and then there's a triple bud, triple toadstool bud, mushroom bud, I guess you'd call it. Okay, so we're going to get that on a block. We're going to get the stem on a block. We're going to grab the Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green. And we're going to stamp that first. I like to stamp the stem first. Tap, tap, tap. Come down here. And then we are going to stamp. Let's stamp. We got a lot of Melon Mambo going on, so let's bring in Fresh Freesia. We're going to stamp the triple buds with Fresh Freesia. But now you can do these all different colors by using the Stampin' Right markers. Okay, so I just want to mention that because the starter kit, one of the options is to choose the Stampin' Right markers from any of the 4 color families, right? So what you could do is use your Stampin' Right markers and color, like this one could be Fresh Freesia, that one could be Melon Mambo, and you could do this one, a pumpkin pie. So you could have all 3 different colors with markers. Not to be confused with blends, okay? So the blends markers, the Stampin' Blends, cannot be used to color your stamps. because they are alcohol based and they will permanently stain your stamp for one thing, and they will not stay juicy enough for you to be able to stamp it down. Okay, so you won't get the same effect. That's why you need to use the Stampin' Right markers, which are water-based ink. So then you can do that, inking it up individually. Okay, if you have any questions about any of that, just let me know. I'm happy to explain it further if you need further explanation. All right, so we're going to put this in the middle of the card, and this one is ready to go to pop in the mail to tell someone you're thinking about them, popping in to say hi, letting them know that they're magical. Isn't that fun? I love it. It's so fun. All right, we learned a lot today. Some punching techniques, some coloring techniques. Oh my gosh, such a fun card. And we did the Global Design Project Challenge. Can you see the similarity? Hopefully. And, oh, I had a little bit of a mini heart attack. I thought I put it on backwards. Have you ever done that? And you go to open your card and the spine is over here? I've done that. It's not funny, but there we go, my friends. Let me flip you around here. Good morning to everyone. Love the DSP more than before. Yeah, it is definitely a gorgeous pack of DSP, and we do need the bright colors. I agree, Karen. It is so beautiful and so cheerful, right? Let me flip you around here. It's such a great pack of paper to make some really, really cheerful scrapbook pages, cards, treat containers, you name it, right? Brighten someone's day with a bright card that just says, hi, I'm thinking of you. I think you're pretty magical. All right, I think you guys are pretty magical for joining me here today. Thank you again for joining me for the Global Design Project Challenge. I hope you'll play along. This is a 1-week challenge. You have all week long. So all you need to do is look at the challenge. You can find it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media platform you love. You can find Global Design Project Challenge, and then you just make a card, snap a picture with your phone, and post it, and use the hashtag GDP480, and we would love to see your take on this challenge. So have fun with it. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and you'll come back and join me again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Mountain Time for my next video using the Terrific Toadstools. Yay! All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.